there's something big coming from Apple, and it's just surprising it hasn't come before now. But it looks like it's worth the wait, as Apple is now looking to come out with what some call AppleGPT, which is rumored to be way better than ChatGPT from OpenAI and other large language models from Google and Microsoft. This won't be the first time Apple is adopting AI into the products that they offer, and the most popular seems to be Siri, which is available on their mobile devices. There's no doubt Apple did really set the pace for others to follow with that introduction in 2011, but the performance is now very much limited when compared to what we have on ground, and I hope they'll be able to widen the scope with this new development. Apple has been relatively quiet about its AI efforts in the past, but the development of AppleGPT suggests that the company is serious about competing in the LLM space. AppleGPT could potentially be used in a variety of applications, such as customer support, product recommendations, and creative writing. So far, this product is rumored to only be accessible to some employees at the company and won't be available to the public just yet. Initially, this program was meant to launch, but Apple had put this on hold due to some of the safety concerns that pervaded the initial rollout of AI. So basically, they wanted to make sure the program was airtight. According to the very limited information available about this program, AppleGPT is built on a framework called Ajax, which runs on Google Cloud and makes use of the foundation provided by Google JAX, which UK-based AI startup and affiliate of Google, DeepMind, has been using to accelerate their research since 2020. JAX stands for Just After Execution and is basically a framework developed by Google to help speed up their machine learning. Apple hasn't been exactly forthcoming on what its intention exactly is with the AI race, and you won't be wrong when you say they're pretty much late in the game. Just earlier this year, Apple did actually ban its employees from using ChatGPT due to some privacy concerns. And the news from Apple is that the new LLM, AppleGPT, is already being rolled out within the company. And this makes total sense that they had to delay in the first place, because we should really take every chance we get to ensure that AI is applied safely. Bloomberg released this news of the AppleGPT on July 19th, and it did trigger something. Apple shares were reported to have gone up 2.3%, which was a good recovery from the loss that hit them earlier. Apple has been on the map long enough with premium products, which has been the main reason for their popularity and general acceptability. And it won't be a surprise if investors are expecting something really impressive from them this time. Although I won't be wrong to say that Apple has had its plates full recently. First is their move into the automotive industry, where they're playing catch-up with the likes of Tesla and now this. And by the way, we've not yet been able to see them release that product into the market just yet. As I did mention earlier, this won't be the first time that Apple is applying AI to its products, but they do sure have a lot of ground to cover if it will ever be able to compete in the recent market for generative AI. But the good thing here is that they have room to leverage the widespread usership of their hardware to help with the rollout. They're not totally tied down after all. We're not yet fully sure of the nature of AppleGPT, but looking at the track record of the company, we expect something really spectacular. Reports, however, have it that it'll be much similar to ChatGPT, and I personally think this will come in handy in the further improvements for existing features like Siri, which is long overdue. Natural language models help develop systems that provide more human-like responses to questions, and given the growing dependence on technology, it's a really welcome development. And it's just amazing the wide range of applications this can be directed towards. In the past, I did make a video on the move by Nvidia to infuse this technology into our gaming experience through the Avatar Cloud engine, and the results are simply amazing. If this is the first time you're coming across that, it's an addition in gaming where these LLMs are infused in games, which enables you to get more from NPCs while gaming. And the experience will be different for every player, just as you have with ChatGPT. I'll leave the link to the video in the description. Now, there aren't only downsides to Apple's late entrance into the market. It will surely be a tough competition for them, but they get the opportunity to learn from the other companies. As I already said, they had to pause plans due to the rising concerns. And if I'm right, this will give them time to check and make sure that their systems are actually better than the others in terms of safety. And this goes on to any other improvement. Also, AppleGPT is likely to be even more powerful than ChatGPT, as it would be based on Apple's own proprietary LLM framework. This means that AppleGPT will be able to access and process data from Apple's products and services, such as the iPhone, iPad, and Mac. This could give AppleGPT a significant advantage over ChatGPT, as it will be able to provide more personalized and relevant results. What I think most impressive and useful about these new developments in generative AI isn't necessarily using these programs in isolation, but the fact that they're being infused in so many other daily tools and applications we use. Adobe, Dropbox, and YouTube are some of the most popular platforms that have made moves or are still making moves to integrate these features. And they'll make their products a whole lot better, which is the main problem Apple has now. They're relatively stagnant in the face of this wave, and it might just be detrimental if they do nothing significant to change that. Apple's CEO, Tim Cook, has been seen in the past days where he had to answer on what exactly was their stand with regard to AI. And reports have it that he did point out that AI still has some issues that needed to be sorted out, but he also added that Apple will be infusing it into their products in line with what he described as very thoughtful basis. You might be wondering what exactly the features we're expected to see in this thing are. Well, there's no detailed information on this out there yet, as the company is yet to release any official information on the project. But since the program has been available to some Apple employees for some time now and requires special approval for access, there have been some leaks that have given insight into this. Reports have it that the employees are using it for assistance with product prototyping, which is an internal use. And this might be a way for the company to keep an eye on the AI to make sure it's functioning optimally before release. And since this is designed to compete with existing models like ChatGPT and Bard, it also has the capability to summarize texts. And this will most likely make use of reinforcement learning to provide answers to questions based on training data with the ability to improve over time. And in case you're thinking this is all hearsay, Apple's recruitment page shows that they're looking for people with deep knowledge and understanding of generative AI. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they'll be able to put together soon enough. One interesting thing about Apple that I think will be a major thing that will attract consumers to any AI from Apple is their privacy policy. I told you earlier that they had to ban other models like ChatGPT for their employees because of the risk it posed to company data. Well, I expect they'll be able to do better with their own model. And in case you're thinking it, Apple wasn't alone in that skeptical approach to other LLMs. In fact, most tech companies that could develop their own models for internal operations. I'm not really sure how Apple is preparing to go about releasing this product to the consumer market just yet, but one thing I'm certain of is that they require something that will give them an edge over the already established competitors. And one step I think will help their mission is to open source the program. Meta already exploits the resources provided by open source programs by making most of theirs available, which provides the spread they need by allowing other developers to build on what they have. And Apple really has an advantage right here. The growing user base for Apple products heavily relies on the security that they provide for user data. And at the moment, I don't see many big companies fully adopting ChatGPT for sensitive data yet, which might change in the future. So there's a market for AppleGPT if they play their cards right. And now, many will also be focused on seeing how Apple will integrate AI in the development of their EV, which the rumor has been spreading for a while now, but it seems Apple is good with keeping whatever they have secret. The company has been making moves since 2018 to build its AI program by hiring professionals in the field, and we hope to see that pay off this time. In one of my videos, I mentioned a new product the company is targeting called Quartz, which will make use of data from the Apple Watch using AI to make recommendations to better the health of their users. Do let me know what you think about this product, and I'll see you in the next video.